Thank you for joining us this evening, and we're going to do a new teaching tonight on what it means to transliterate a proper name or a word from one language to another. I think this will clear up a lot of misunderstanding in regard to pronouncing the Creator's name and the name of the Messiah, Mashiach, because most people just don't understand what a transliteration is, and if they do, then they would be more accurate in using the correct pronunciation of the Creator's name and the Mashiach's name. Now I'm going to read a definition that I've written out here, and I think it really describes what a transliteration truly is. And it is pronouncing a name or word the same as it is spoken in the original language, using the letters of the second language to make the same sound as the original language. Now I'm going to repeat that, so make sure you get this. And you can play it back if you want to take a note of this. But it's pronouncing a name or word the same as it is spoken in the original language, using the letters of the second language to make the same sound as the original language. Now that's important because when we understand that when we're talking about pronouncing the correct pronunciation of the Creator's name, let's just talk about that first. There's so many variations out there, and I think that's one reason why a lot of people don't use His name after they find out about it, because they hear people say it's Jehovah, or they'll hear it pronounced as Yahweh. They'll hear it pronounced as Yehovah, and but the accurate transliteration is Yahuah. Now, I want to show you again. This is the Yahuah's name, the Creator's name, in the modern script today. This is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which was really, this is I like to refer to it as the signature of our Creator Yahuah. This is the script that you'll find it written in the Ten Commandments. And when He gave Moses or Masha the Ten Commandments, this is what he wrote His own personal name in, the script that was used. So, with that said, both of these will, if you use these without vowel points, they will make the same sounds. Now, I say without vowel points for those who don't understand what I'm talking about. These letters in ancient Hebrew, in fact, the Dead Sea Scrolls support this. In fact, that was probably one of the greatest finds that, as far as proof of how to pronounce the Creator's name. In 1948, in 1949, when the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, you'll find many manuscripts without the vowel points, meaning vowel points that most of our texts that we have today are translated from the Masoretic text, and they use vowel points around the letters to change the way words were pronounced. And this was a device that was used as a tradition, so you would not pronounce the Creator's name, and because of Jewish tradition, which made it a blaspheme to actually pronounce the Creator's name, which is totally against the Scriptures, because the Scriptures declare that we're to declare His name, we're to make His name known, and if you could not do those things because you didn't pronounce it correctly, or you didn't use His name, most of the Orthodox Jews refer to His name as Hashem or Adonai, but because they don't want to pronounce His name, which is not, again, like I said, is a religious tradition that our Mashiach, our Messiah, spoke totally against. That the traditions of men make the word of Yahuah of no effect, and so we want to expose the traditions and do what the Scriptures declares that we are to do. Just like the Mashiach said in the Gospel of John, or Yahuah, chapter 17, he declared that he had made known the Father's name unto his brethren, because his name had been hidden even in the day of Mashiach. They had hidden the Creator's name, and the Mashiach or Messiah said he had made known the name of the Father to his brethren, and he said in the latter part of that chapter that he would continue to make it known. And we're doing that today. We're making the Father's name known to those who do not know His name. Now, going back to what our definition of a transliteration means, It means that we want to make the same sounds of these letters which are in Hebrew. You might say, well, I don't speak Hebrew. Well, I didn't either till I started studying Hebrew about 5 years ago, and learned a whole lot because I had the desire and the effort to understand and know the language. Now, I don't speak fluent modern Hebrew, but I do know enough about the Hebrew letters and especially about how that in ancient Hebrew that you did not have the vowel points, but I understand that these letters produce vowel sounds, and we'll talk about that in a moment. In fact, the Creator's name, all these letters here without vowel points are all vowel sounds, and this is verified by Josephus Flavius, a Jewish historian, who in his writings declared that Yahuah's name was pronounced with all vowel sounds. And that's another reason why his name is not Yahweh, and we'll talk about that in another session, but his name is Yahuah. Now, going back to the letters themselves, we take the first two letters, which are in Hebrew reads from right to left. The first two letters, the first letter here is in modern Hebrew, it's referred to as a yod, but in ancient Hebrew it would be referred to as a yod. The second letter in modern Hebrew is referred to as a he, or in ancient Hebrew, a ha. Yah is how you would pronounce these first two letters. Right here, the word Yah is how the first two letters of the Creator's name are pronounced. They're not ye, they're Yah. This is found in the phrase, and I'll pick this up here, in the Hebrew phrase, and we say a lot of times in modern times, hallelujah, but in ancient Hebrew it was pronounced as halal u Yah. The Yah is the Creator's first two letters of his name. The phrase halal u Yah, the halal translated means praise. The letter here, u, means who the praise is directed to. It's connected. It makes the connection between the word halal and the person to whom we're giving praise, which is Yah or Yahuah. The u sound connects, is the letter, is actually the third letter in the Father's name, which is right here, which is referred to in modern Hebrew as a wah or a vav. But that's only in modern Hebrew do you get that sound. It is not found in ancient Paleo Hebrew. This has a u sound, and that's where we get the first three letters, Yahu. Now, the first two letters, again, the pronunciation of the first two letters of the Creator's name right here, the Yod and the He, would give you the pronunciation of Yah and not Ye. That's why Yehovah is inaccurate. It's based upon vowel points, what has changed the pronunciation of our Creator. This phrase, halal u Yah, has been around for 4,000 years or more, and it's always pronounced, this word is always pronounced as hallelujah, even though you may even see it written in your English translations, halal u, and it's got a J instead of a Y, but it's always still pronounced as hallelujah, because Yah, or Yahuah, is his name. So, we see that using letters, the letters to give us the English letters would be YAH, would give us the correct transliteration of these first two letters, which give us the same sounds. And going back to our definition of what a transliteration is pronouncing a name or word the same as it is spoken in the original language using the letters of the second language. This is the second language, which would be English. This is the original language, the two letters, the Yod and the He, and they give us the transliteration of Yah. I hope you're seeing that. We're going to continue in our next session on this and go in more detail. And I want to thank you for joining us this evening. And we'll be back with part 2 on this, and look forward to sharing this with you. Let me know if you're being blessed. Let me know if you like what you're hearing. Any comments, I appreciate that. And we appreciate your time that you're sharing with me to learn this. And I love you. Yahuah loves you. And we'll see you in our next session. Shalom.